In this video, I'm going to show you how easy it is to trade support and resistance. Trading support and resistance is key to becoming a trader, and 95% of traders still get it wrong because they have charts that look like this. So what a lot of traders do, they end up having 1,000 lines on their charts, and then it makes it messy and they become an unprofitable trader just because they're overcomplicating things. You should only have 2 to 3 support and resistance lines on your charts because they shouldn't be too far away from where price currently is. So let's mark out some support and resistance zones so you know what I'm talking about. First of all, we're going to go with a support zone. Support is where price has moved in a bearish movement or to the downside and rejected this zone multiple times. That's why we always do it in a higher time frame on the weekly or the daily time frames before then going further into our trading. So first of all, you can see here I've just marked out the first support zone, and we have got 4 touches, 1, 2, 3, 4, where price has come back to that zone, rejected it, and then moved up in bullish movement. Now for resistance, it's just the same but flipped over. We're looking for bullish movement. Price has moved upwards, rejected it multiple times, and then come back down. So let's mark that out now. And as you can see, that is going to be somewhere here. It doesn't have to be spot on to your line because it should be a zone. It should be an area. So price will never hit your zone or your line perfectly because it should be a bit more of an area blocked out instead of a perfect line. So as you can see here, price has hit this once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. So that there gives us our key understanding that it's either support or resistance. I like to have at least 3 touches on a weekly or daily time frame before I'll put in my support or resistance. So it has to have 3 touches to become support or resistance. But what we also need to understand is that price can become resistance or support before it turns over. So as here, you can see first of all, price was currently above this zone. So that zone would have then been support. It was supporting the weight of price, which then it become a resistance zone. So as you can see here, price was up above it, it come back down to this zone and could have easily rejected the zone and moved upwards, but it didn't. Price continued in the bearish movement down. We then had a push up in bullish movement. It rejected this zone and that then became a resistance zone, but it was support. So now you're like, Jack, well, how do we use this in our trading and how is this a key part of trading itself? Let me break it down simply. So I'm currently on the weekly time frame on AED CAD, and we want to plot out these zones, as I said previously, in a weekly or daily time frame so we know there's strong zones. But we don't want to be miles away from where price currently is because we're going to be 300 or 400 pips and our trades will only be 100 or 200 pips. So that just means our support and resistance zones are way off from where we want them to be. So let's have a quick look at current prices now. So we've got our support zone marked and we've got our resistance zone marked as well. But we are nowhere near current price. That is, at the minute, if I get the calculator, we are 400 and 500 pips either way from current price, and my average trade is only going to be about 150 to 200 pips. So we need to have the look, see if we got a support or resistance zone in the middle of where price currently is. So now I'm going to look for multiple rejections to see where we can place that zone. So I've now marked in the middle zone, which currently at the minute is acting as resistance, but could become support. So we need to see if price is going to reject this zone or if it's going to break back through the zone and to give us our trading scenario. So now I'm going to drop down to the daily time frame to see what that shows me with smaller candlesticks. So now we've dropped down to the daily time frame, we can clearly see that price is rejecting this resistance zone, meaning we could have bearish movement down to our support zone. So now we need to look for, from there, is some structure to play out from the trade. So for me, I'm going to have a daily double top placed here with the neckline running right through where our weekly mid zone is. So as you can see, I've marked out my neckline with the box area. That just gives me a guide of where price is going to come to on the neckline. Price obviously has rejected that multiple times as we can see here. So we're now looking to see if we can catch an entry of a short trade down to the support zone. So what we're trying to trade is through 2 barriers and we're looking at, right, our resistance zone, price has rejected that multiple times, and as you can see here, it's actually rejected it 5 times and we hopefully should come up for a 6th time. And once we get that all clear, the price has rejected that, we're then going to look for a sell trade all the way down to our target zone, which is going to be the support. So that's why we need to use our support and resistance zones on the weekly and daily time frame, and that just gives us key zones where price is going to reject and also where price is going to move to on its next push. If you want to watch some more trading educational content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because I drop a new video every single week regarding trading and how my trading journey can help you.